good? What's good? We back at it again, man. Another wonderful, I guess they would say, cycle day. You know what I'm saying? We here Monday, you know what I'm saying, motivation. We got some uplifting, encouraging words as well as food for thought. Because, I got some things that I know I was going to talk about a while back. Going into that Atlanta. I know they're going into the next season, should be coming up here pretty soon, the final season. But I wanted to touch on a little bit of that and a little bit of everything. So just bear with me. Regarding Atlanta, like I said, Atlanta has a lot of gems, especially this last episode. Well, this last season. I want to say episode, but this last season has some gems in it. A lot of dialogue that, we either talk about already or, maybe need to be discussed. That's why I'm bringing some things up. But for the most part, I'm going to skip past some of those episodes because they're pretty much self-explanatory. As people using your greatness, for themselves because you haven't realized that you're great too. You know what I'm saying? So they'll utilize it for themselves and try to give you the short end of the stick or whatever the case may be. Or some people acting, I guess, conniving motherfuckers. So that was a few of the episodes from the first one that I was, kind of going in order about. But I'm going to actually touch on the one where Homeboy lost his phone. And in the end of the episode, you find out that, he's over there going through all this stuff trying to find out where's his phone at, and he started accusing all these other people, and saying they came across it, kind of touched on a little I guess issue where sometimes you gotta take time, and hear people out and listen to their stories instead of, as they would say, as some people they talk at you instead of you talking to them or whatever the case may be. So you have to sometimes listen instead of just, letting it go in one, having selective hearing, pretty much. And Homeboy heard Homeboy out, which, could have been a ghost, whatever, in that episode. But what I wanted to touch on was at the end, because he's looking for his phone. That's the whole episode. He's looking for his phone, but in the end, you find out it's somebody in his camp that had the phone. And the dude in the camp was trying to, was playing it off, trying to act like, oh, yeah, I got you, trying to act like, he cared, but he was the one that had it. He was the culprit. So in the end, he still didn't even bring up the phone. He threw the phone away. And what Homeboy was trying to say that, yes, he could have got another phone, but it had some valuable information or just, things that was priceless to him on that phone. And still, regardless of that, the dude still didn't give him the phone. He threw it away. And sometimes, you got to look at that as, it is what it is. You got people like that in your camp. As you know, Jesus had Judas, and the thing is, you just got to recognize it from the get-go. Because if you recognize it from the get-go, as X would say, see people who they are and expect them to be who they, whatever that whole saying he said on Drink Champs. When you see people who they are and expect them to be who they're going to be, you won't be surprised about, the shortcomings or the things that, they may try to do to sabotage or whatever the case may be, your walk of life. But, Jesus had it amongst them, so he didn't worry about it because it's not going to stop the mission that has been ordained for you. So remember that. Nothing's going to stop the mission that has been ordained for you, and they're put there to help you grow and, just be on your P's and Q's, Cross your T's, dot your I's, man, on a lot of this, because some of us get, I guess you could say, we get lost in the sauce, man, when we out here doing certain things. And be very observant, be discerning, and just know people for who they are. So that kind of touching on that. I'm not gonna go too much in that episode because it's pretty straightforward, but just watch out for that, because some things that's priceless to you, a lot of people don't care, about things that probably could help them out too. That's another lesson in the song. A lot of people are blocking their own blessings because they're trying to block you, not knowing that, the blessings could come from you, to help them. But that's another topic on its own, man. So make sure, like I said, man, be righteous, treat others right, man, because you never know if you're blocking your blessing or helping your blessing. So that was the topic on that. But what I wanted to really talk about today that was on my mind was, which I'm gonna label this one, was just pretty much the making sure everybody in your camp is strong. And as they say, you're only as strong as the weakest link, man. That was always one of my models, man. As you know, when I push things or when I led things, man, that I wanted everybody to know the ins and outs of the job, and as well as my job. Because if you don't have everybody well-rounded and you're dependent on one person, right? Which I hope everybody understand by now, but if not, that's why I'm regurgitating it and, you know, spilling this out on here and out into the universe, man, for you guys to hear. If you depend on one person, man, that's a ship, as they would say, waiting to sink. And I always was like very hard and tough on that end, you know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to encompass or make sure that people that was around me understood that, or, you know, is on that time, you know what I'm saying? That we all have to make sure that we all understand everybody's jobs and know how to do it, because, you know, everybody's not promised tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? As they say, the day is not promised to anyone. So it's something that was to happen, you know what I'm saying? And you depended on that one person, everything stops, right? So that's why I was always very adamant on making sure that everybody understood the importance of, you know what I'm saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So you feel somebody that's not pulling the weight, man, make sure that they get up to that point where, you know what I'm saying, everybody's equal at that table, you know what I'm saying? As King Arthur said, the circle, you know, in that circular table, everybody knows the part and positions, and yes, they're gonna play their position, but they also know if something does happen, they can, you know, say, fill that other position to make sure that the show goes on. And that's something that we all have to understand out here. Yes, one person may be getting the bag or whatever the case may be for the fam, but making sure that everybody understand how to get there and continue to get it, because if something happens, you know what I'm saying, to that person, it stops the show, or it stops, you know what I'm saying, the flow of things coming your way, as far as, you know, making sure that the business, you know, if it's a business, making sure that it's still running good, as, you know, when the person who started it, you know, incorporated for it to run. And it's just very important, man, that we understand that, as they would say, make sure that people around you are on that same type of time, as they would say. Make sure you're running with the same lines and everybody got that same mission, because it's going to be very fruitful and everybody already knows what's up. And if somebody do fall down, you know what I'm saying, that's they say as well, you know, they can help you up, you know, you never, you know what I'm saying, really falling. So the importance of that, man, make sure we are, you know, I guess you could say, discerning, screening motherfuckers, and making sure everybody on that type of time that, hey, you know, what I know now, I'm gonna make sure that you know as well, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get there, and then we're going to continue to grow from there, you know what I'm saying? If we learn something else, and vice versa. If you know something that I don't know, you know what I'm saying, make sure that I'm caught up to speed. Because we got a lot of stuff, like, I don't know if you don't know anything about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, all that. Well, cryptocurrency is obviously Bitcoin, but if you don't know anything about that, what's going on, and where it can go, not saying, you know, put all your eggs in one basket, but you got to understand what's going on around here as far as what they're trying to push. Because it depends on what system we all agree to go on, you know what I'm saying? So we agree to go with that and do away with the fiat, you know, currency. And you know, that's what we're going to do. Or we're going back to the barter system. But understanding just, you know, that, and also just knowing a little bit of your history of that, understand that you are the currency, you know what I'm saying? You are the person that put the energy into making this happen, and you are the bag, you know what I'm saying? So when people say they're chasing the bag, just know you are the bag. But that's on another note as well. Like I said, I'm just going off. But yeah, man, that was what I wanted to touch on, man. Just basically understanding the importance of, you know, you're as strong as your weakest link. And I'll just leave it at that, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty self-explanatory as well. And if you do have those Judases in your midst, just know they're there to help you to grow and to keep you on your toes, you know what I'm saying? But then also, in all reality, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to stop anything that has been ordained for you and your family, man. And I'm just end with that, as always, Hakuna Matata. And you already know me, ACL, you know what I'm saying? Any situation, we're going to look at it. We're going to see if we're going to accept it. If not, we're going to look at it, see if we can change it. If not, then we're gonna be like, oh hell no, we leaving it. You know what I'm saying? Hit it with the count. Oh, here we go. Nah. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man, as always, you know what I'm saying? Peace.